I want to become a master sommelier.
Trying to be an actor?
Is that like a pirate?
No, that's a Somalian.
Kelly Kendrick dated a Somalian. He stole her identity. Well, is she okay? I don't know. I don't be up in people's business like that.
Then why did you bring it up? That don't make no sense.
I'm a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet, sassy, moody, nasty, okay, acting stupid was hell.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're doing another Critiquing the Culture, and today we're critiquing Uncorked. This movie was released early 2020, and I just want to let you know that this is a spoiler-filled review. So if you haven't seen it already, make sure you check it out. It's on Netflix. And so, I love this movie, okay? I love this movie. This movie is fabulous. I think it's almost everything that we want. We have the dark skin prominently featured. We have it seen in a better light. We have black people not in lame stereotypes created by white people. We have so much diversity in it, and it's not just like, it's like all different types of black people in this movie, even though we follow one main character. His name is Elijah. So Elijah, played by Mamoudou Athie. Did I say that weird? Yes. He did what he had to do in this role, okay? And he was alongside these powerhouses, Niecy Nash, as well as, Courtney B. Vance. And they really made it seem like they were a family, and I loved it. So basically we follow Elijah on his journey to becoming a sommelier. A sommelier is like a wine connoisseur. They know everything about wine. They're the people at the restaurant who tells you what wine goes with the meal. Like if you go to a super fancy restaurant, that's where they have a sommelier. And his father owns a restaurant. It's a family business that was passed down to him from his father. And that's a big deal. But Elijah doesn't want to run the family business. He wants to become a sommelier. And that's where the conflict comes between him and his father. And it's a really good story. So, like I already said, I gotta make this bigger because I can't see. Like I already said, the black family, the dark skin representation, his dark skinned girlfriend who was supportive and loving. 10 out of 10, a million stars. I love it. Like, I love it. Like, it just made me feel so good, because what other movies have shown dark skinned women and dark skinned men in positive lights? There's not that many. And so I think that the people, the casting, the directors, all of them were listening to what the people needed, and they delivered, okay? Also, Niecy Nash is always a win, okay? Like, when has she ever not given us a performance, okay? It could be the smallest role, it could be the biggest role. Also, I'm in the middle of Claws. I'm on season 3. I'm gonna end it, but she does what she has to do, okay? So my problem is that I understood the dad's point of view, and I understood the son's point of view. From the dad's point of view, it takes so much work for a black person to own a business and keep it in the family and be able to pass it down. That's like starting generational wealth for us, and especially during the times now and the times before and the times before that, it's way harder. So I understand how good it must feel. His dream was to be like his dad and pass it down to his son, and he passes down to his son or his kids, and it just keeps going like that. And I think that's so beautiful to be able to do that. And but on the other hand, Elijah wants to pursue his dreams, and he has a passion for it. He has a love for it. It brings him peace, and I say go for it. Like, I always encourage kids to go after their dreams and do what makes them feel good and what they love. But then now we have a conflict. Like, can Elijah run the business and be a sommelier? Probably not. And it's so hard because I couldn't just pick a side to be on. And I think the movie did a very good job on seeing both. Even though the dad was kind of mean, he did try to incorporate his son's dream when his wife talked into him. He tried to, like, mesh them together, and I was not too thrilled on Elijah's response to that, But it's his life. I can't say anything. But I do want him to follow his dream, but I do also love the idea of the dad passing down something to his kids. And Elijah already works there, so I don't know. It was hard. It made sense to me to have combined both, but his restaurant is not a restaurant where you would need a sommelier. But you know, maybe we can change it, open another branch. I don't know. That's what the dad was thinking. Also, I love the ending. The ending was like cliffhanging but encouraging. It kind of put a fire in me. You could see the fire in Elijah's eyes. It was fabulous. It wasn't like a clear-cut, happy endings. Everything is perfect and we're just doing what we have to do. No, it was great. It was realistic, but not depressing and realistic. It was like, listen, I want this dream. I didn't get it the first time, but now I'm gonna work harder and get it the second time, no matter what it takes. And I think that was another like minor point in the movie, is like, if you want something, you have to work hard for it no matter what. And I think that was so great. Like, you don't have a lot of movies that give you a cliffhanger or give you something to think about at the end. And so I think that's what this movie did very well. I think that a lot of movies just try to give you like, oh, it was a happy ending, or it was a sad ending, or everyone lived, everyone died. Like, I need something more than that, okay? Video games are coming harder than movies these days, and I need y'all to step it up. They did have a dead parent cliche, unfortunately, but I did not mind because it kind of brought the son and the father back together again. Although it was difficult for them, their relationship was not the same. But I think that overall, the movie showed a good Black community. They had hood Black people, they had bougie Black people, they had regular Black people, church Black people. Like, it was all different. It wasn't just the same gang violence stories that people made up in their heads, and it wasn't just like stories of pain and suffering, even though that did happen in the movie. That wasn't the main goal, is that Black people suffer. Like, we get it, we know, we live this every day. We know Black people suffer. Can we see something else? And that's what this movie did, and I love it. Also, the movie was Black as fuck, okay? I hate to curse, oh my goodness. The movie was very Black, and that, I mean that in the best way possible. It was just like, that's what I feel like when I talk about Black culture. That's what I feel, that movie. First of all, I can smell the ribs, okay? I just want y'all to know. And it makes me hungry. It wasn't whitewashed Black people, which I loved, because I feel like we have enough whitewashed Black people, enough Black people who want to be white, or people who want to be in that realm of white respectability politics, and that wasn't Elijah or his family at all. I think it was great. They kept it real enough so that they, like, you knew that it was 2020 in America, that we knew what was going on, but it wasn't the main focus of the story. Like I said, we don't always do to see Black people suffering. There are more things to Black people than suffering. Also, the cousin took me out every scene he was in. I'm like, oh my gosh, who is this man? He is hilarious. Like, hilarious. I rated 4.5 stars out of 5 because the diversity was on point, the humor was on point, the story was on point. Like, it was great. The scenery, the soundtrack. Hold on, baby. The soundtrack goes crazy. Like, it was so good. Also, the only critique that I would have is that we could get a Black female version of this story. Not like a cut copy, but like something similar where Black women don't have to suffer, but where they can have a dream and go after it. And it doesn't have to just be stripping or dancing or becoming a pastor. It has to be something, you know, different. Like, I thought it was so different that a Black man wanted to be a sommelier. I didn't even know what a sommelier was. I didn't know how to pronounce it. I'm like, I like this. I really do. So yes, I suggest that this movie be added to our culture catalog, whatever, because it has what we need. It feels a category that we need, you know? And I feel like if we grew up watching movies like this, we would all be a little nicer to dark-skinned people. Okay? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Also, if I didn't mention the girlfriend's name, her name was Tanya in the movie. but her name, the actress' name, was Sasha Compere, and she was fabulous as well. So yeah, that's all for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more critiquing the culture. Comment what movies you want me to critique in the comment section, and I'll see you on the next video.